I'm Wyatt, and this is my wife, Teresa, and we're the parents of two 4-year-old boys, Everett and Cooper.
I haven't wanted kids since I was 18. Like, I knew that a mother was definitely one thing I wanted to be.
I didn't really have any ideas that I didn't want kids, just didn't know that I did want them until we had them.
That was my theory. That's why I was like, you're gonna love it. They said, you're definitely a candidate for IVF. We'll just go in and take them out, do the fertilization, and then put them back in. And it worked. So I was really hoping it was too, and it was. And we were thrilled.
The convention of pregnancies, you get this sort of sense of normalcy, and you think, well, these are the things that you see on TV, your friends, your family, and that's not what we got. We got a different type of normal. They did all the tests on Everett when he first came out, and everybody was very happy with the outcome of the first child, right? So we were able to hold him immediately. It wasn't that way with Cooper. When Cooper came, the room gets silent. People get different looks on their faces.
Yeah.
And you could immediately see that he was different. I saw that he was healthy, he was crying. His tongue was different. It was much larger than I would expect from a child that size. The idea is basically there are genetic markers within his DNA, and we eventually got that tested. It's definitive. He has Beckwith-Wiedemann syndrome, and we know that now.
If we had only knew that was the beginning. The biggest and the only scary thing is that a small percentage of Beckwith-Wiedemann kids got cancer. I was thinking, he's not going to get cancer. That won't be something that we'll have to deal with because he didn't have the issues that these other kids did. And then
it happened.
And then it happened.
There were 4 rounds of chemo, and so we had basically 12 weeks.
Movies are sometimes very accurate about chemotherapy. It's difficult. It's, you're pumping a kid full of poison. You're killing so many things just to get this one thing dead, to make sure it's gone. So by the time he came out of cancer, the signs were unmistakable at that point. There was no language coming from him at all.
None.
And he had lost mama and daddy, and he would give us some mama, nya type stuff, but he wasn't saying any words. Everett was more of a mystery because he lost his speech.
He couldn't tell you what he had for lunch, what for breakfast, or what he did 2 hours ago, but boy, he could charm you like nobody could charm somebody.
Wyatt, took on this full-time job. I took a huge pay cut just to get insurance. That was the whole point of taking the job. And then we found out they didn't cover ABA. We've done all this work, and it is very helpless. And it's not because we didn't do everything right. We just got in a bad place. It's just nothing you can do about it. The big insurance names we would call, and they couldn't deny Cooper because of the law, but they charged it 300%. There's no way. So we're just trying to keep our house and pay bills and, get to eat out at Chipotle every now and then. I had a friend, she said, have you tried Imagine a Way? So I got online, I found it, and it just seemed too good to be true, honestly.
We have people that are on the very bottom end economically that can qualify for government benefits. We have the people who have wealth, who can afford whatever they're told their child needs. And then we have the majority of the population that's in the middle. And that's where Imagine a Way steps in.
And so we sat down and we told a little bit about our story, and Joel said, "We're all in." And it felt like confetti and balloons should fall. It was amazing. Like
It's overwhelming, right? I mean, it's a different type of overwhelming. This is a good thing. This isn't something that we were like, oh, not again. We actually celebrated. We were like, yes, this is awesome.
It's so expensive to hear that you have one child that's going to need a massive amount of therapeutic intervention, and here's a family who has learned that they have 2 children with autism spectrum disorder. And that was an easy decision for the board.
So what's number 1?
Letters.
Letters.
I.
The amount of therapy they're getting is important because they need to have a lot of learning opportunities throughout their day. And when they come in and they have a therapist that's working with them one-on-one, they're getting, 100 learning opportunities an hour.
Yeah, say hi to him.
Hi.
Hi.
Cooper has definitely improved the most his language and speech. He's talking a lot more. He's communicating a lot more. He's playing games with the other kids now because he's learned that he can use his voice to communicate his needs, and it's been really fabulous.
You have to touch your foot.
brush your hair. Let me get you a brush.
Yeah. Good job.
My kid talks now. We never thought that would happen.
That's a cool camera.
Everett won't stop talking now, so it's very fundamental that he knows his ABCs, he knows his colors, his shapes. He's leaps and bounds ahead of where we thought he would ever be at this point.
And now we see him reaching out to other kids, and the 2 of them together, laughing together, playing together, talking to each other. It's amazing.
Meow like a cat.
Yeah.
The end. Beep, beep, beep.
Wow.
What do you want for snack?